Peace, peace, peace. How y'all doing out there? This is Eternal Bilal, here to kick some knowledge with my son. It's been a few years. Just doing an update, just for point and reference purposes. I'm just here to, give him some jewels about what I would have done in my younger years versus now that I'm on the fifth floor, 50. Mistakes that I've made that I don't want him to follow. And we always want our seeds to be more prosperous than we are currently. And so it's been about 4 or 5 years since I made the video last with him. And so, bro, just tell me your update, where you are in life right now, your perception and how you see things versus 5 years ago.
Man, life is good. I think a lot of the advice that my OG gave me when I was younger would help a lot of different people in my age bracket and even younger. I noticed as my mind developed from the different lessons my dad taught me, I have truly hit a new echelon in my life, and I'm so thankful and grateful for this man. Done a lot for me. A couple things that he's taught me about life. One being your future self is relying on your younger self right now to do things that will benefit you later on. So if you eat a bunch of donuts and candy at 20 and you get to 25, you're gonna have some cavities and some health issues. Case in point. Nobody's coming to save you. You gotta save yourself and be self-sufficient. My father, he does martial arts, he cooks, he cleans, he does a lot of different things, wears a lot of hats. He's passed these things on to me as a young man, and it has made me a better man in general. Taught me tradition and structure. Prioritizing your resource allocation. So in a sense, don't buy stupid things. Like, you make the clothes don't make you. So you don't need that designer bag and the designer hood and the coats, and you don't gotta be fly all the time. You can make things that aren't so popular fly anyway, just by your essence and your presence. So it made me realize if I don't get those things, then what do I do? And I dabbled into different ventures, and I learned how to make money with money. And that right there, that seed in my mind, life-changing.
So you've taught me something, because my son is turned into my financial advisor. Life would have it that way. I've blown a lot of opportunities in my younger years. And my son has been the one to really, I'm obsessed with numbers now. Wasn't always like that, but just dealing and building with him, bouncing things off of him. He helped to sharpen that with his journey that really started out with Forex, right?
Foreign exchange.
Right.
Hated
it, but it gave him an investing mind, and that mind has worked wonders over the last 5 years, and I'm so proud of him. To say that he's my son, to see his progress, to see the levels that he's taken it to, and how it's inspired me as his father, as his big brother or his OG, as his elder statesman. And then he understands, the big picture that we're playing the long game here. The short game is the material stuff, instant gratification, things that don't hold value over a long course of time. Time is your biggest weapon. I never read Warren Buffett books, but he reads all the billionaire literature, and he sees how these people accumulated wealth. And he's implemented it into his own lifestyle and culture in order to, he lives a minimalist life, but he understands that you say it about the wealth. I'm not going to say it.
Wealth isn't what you see, it's what you have access to. And sometimes it's very elusive because things can be in plain sight And you'll never realize the value up front until you go beneath the surface.
Very well put. Yeah, he was never an avid reader like that. He started really reading. COVID saved his life, as ironic as that may be. And then he was forced to sit still, shelter in place, and reading and coming back to me, bouncing things off of his OG and running it past me. And then I would be like, "Word, you read that?" I said, "Wow." So being able to interact with him on that level took our relationship to a whole new standpoint. That standpoint has made him my best friend. You know, prior to him being born, my idea of being a father was, I'm your father, I'm not your friend. Ironically, as he got older, I became his friend. In order to be his father, I had to be his friend, which I never thought that was the proper way to do it, but there is no proper way on parenting. The seed teaches you how to be a parent. You don't teach them how to be a seed. They already know how to do that. So I had to adjust on the fly of how to properly parent him versus what I thought parenting was or what I saw other people doing. That was completely irrelevant in order to get the results that I was looking for, which I got now. And yeah, so he's his studies, his ability to be a great student, like his father, because no matter how much it seems like I teach, when I'm talking to people, I'm really a student because I have to learn how the listener learns. Yeah, I can deliver my stuff a certain way, but if I can expedite your learning process by honing in on how you learn and expediting you to reach that point that I'm trying to get you to, then I am your student, while simultaneously appearing to be the teacher. So that's what my son has taught me. That's what this journey has taught me. And yeah, also, you're 23 now.
Mm-hmm.
When I made that video, I think you was 18.
Damn.
18.
A while ago.
The beginning of COVID, the inception of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Shelter in place. And so now my only goal is to help you to stay alive as long as possible so that I can now contribute to your children, which will be my grandchildren, which is another episode in my life. When I was young, I thought I would never see this, but here I am now. and to be at this juncture, and I'm so proud of him and all his achievements and the business mind, the spiritual mind that he has. He's taken on the physical science of combat. He boxes now, just like his old man. I've been training him with firearms since he was 11 years old with my boy Honcho. He's 23 now. He's pretty efficient. Once he becomes familiar with the firearm, yeah, he's not going to miss. So I'm proud to see that he's not one-dimensional. He's a young man of many hats. Just like I conceived him to be in my mind before he took root to gain his physical structure, and then he was born into the world. So to make yourself a father and then to put me as a grandparent, I've always told you that the woman, the biggest choice you will ever make is the woman that you choose to procreate with, and for her to be the mother to your children. Mm-hmm. Very important. Tell me your thoughts on that.
Man, it's hard because I'm at that age where I can put my head through a wall. Women, one of the biggest obstacles I will ever face. But I've heard a lot of different stories from you, people around me, friends, and man, that's a really, really big decision. It'll change your trajectory mm-hmm. for better or worse mm-hmm. over the long run. And when you make that type of commitment with a person, you have ties with them forever. At least 20 years. So
minimum.
Be very mindful. That's what I would say about it.
Yeah. worst thing you could do when choosing the woman to procreate with and have a life with, marry them, whatever choice or course you take, choosing them by aesthetics is the worst move you can do. Men do this all the time, and it gets us jammed up really bad. And I know it's tempting. I know it's alluring. The truth is, the women are not the problem. Is our lustful eyes, the T levels. This society, American society, trains you to completely objectify women, and this society trains a lot of women to objectify themselves. Mm-hmm. So both genders are running a disastrous course of broken homes, of a cycle of perpetual economic despair that will never end if you keep choosing based on aesthetics. So try to look for quality in the women. She has to be an industrious woman. She has to be extremely feminine. She has to be able to cover your 6 o'clock. She has to have those internal, maternal skills innate inside of her to know what to do, even if it's her first child. Some women are just reared like that. Watch her, what kind of family she comes from. Watch her mother. Is her mother currently married? How does she deal with that husband or man that she occupies space with? Watch how she treats him, because that's how you're going to get treated, ultimately. And so you just have to know and be mindful not to be... not to pick off of the mundane, off the physical. So many men make that mistake and then try to blame the woman in the end. And I think it's a misnomer, it's a misjudgment. And for you, you have an active father that pours into you. I don't care what age you are. I tell people I'm gonna always pour into you. The pouring will never end till I die. As long as blood is blue in my veins, I'm always going to be there to pour into you. Because that's what other generations, other ethnic backgrounds of different generations, different demographics does. Black culture
broken.
Black people we're a broken culture. Our culture is the worst. And we had some help getting here, but we ain't no victims at the end of the day. So whether there was an unseen hand that helped to get us here, which there was, we still participate in our own destruction willingly. So, but that buck stops with here, with me and you. You are my progeny. You are carrying on my legacy and the last name. You're carrying on the bloodline and the genetics of greatness. For 30 plus years since I became an adult, I first gained knowledge of self when I was probably 17, 16 years old. And I've been accumulating this over a 30 plus year run, 50 now. And
with no real guidance.
No real guidance. Grandpa tried his best. He did what he could. But compared to how I fathered you versus how he fathered me, it's two totally different things. Even when I wasn't under the roof with you, I remembered to always look back to make sure I pour into you. No matter what I had going on, no matter what my new life separate from living with you at that time was, I made sure that I always look back to make sure and protect you and not have a tumultuous relationship with your mother.
Man, I thank you for that, OG.
Yeah, because the black community is plagued with that. So yeah, that's there's so many different things in the community that have us broken, and we just can't seem to get past it. But in this circle right here, in this cipher right here, we bringing that to an end. We bringing Black excellence here. I know that you're gonna do the right thing. I trust you when I pass this baton, this torch on to you. Tell me your thoughts on that.
Fathers are so important. Fathers, man, I noticed that how I turned out as a mature as a man has been profound just because I had you in my life, man. Like, it was times where I was doing some things that if I just got stopped or caught, my life would be done. And that was with you here under complex circumstances, right? But you still managed to get me away from that. So I could just imagine if you wasn't here to move me in. Nah, son, it's not like that. You gotta go this way instead and move this way. Nah, don't do that. Do this instead. And at first it was controlling, but when I look at my circumstances right now, man, without you, OG, I'd be a very different person. I really realized that. Fathers are very important, man. Make all the difference in the world. And for all the fathers that don't hear it enough, yo, thank you. Coming from this community with this melanin, it ain't easy.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't easy.
I think a lot of men, this is a thankless job. Thank you for not making this thankless for me, son.
Thank
You
you.
You show me every day that you appreciate me. So many men suffer from not getting their proper reverence for all the sacrifices they make. And this society perpetuates the unthankfulness to the men who are there.
The disdain.
Right, the disdain, the contempt. Yes, there are a lot of men out here who are suckers and they leave their children and the mother of those children behind to struggle. In capitalism, when a system is to capitalize, Jay-Z said nobody wins when the family feuds, but the system wins when the family feuds because they manipulate, they make money off of it, and the prison pipeline system is right there waiting on the other side to earn free labor off of your seeds that go astray. So it's just a quick video I just wanted to make, you know what I'm saying? 5 years later or 4 years later, whatever it is. Listen, son, I love you. I'm so proud of you. I'm just putting this out there in the universe. This is to record. So in my absence, you can look back at this video with your kids, my grandchildren, and we're constantly recording our progress on this journey of life. Salute.
Peace.